So we're back with the monthly uploads on this channel. I know I've been neglecting this channel a lot. I've been trying to get my main channel and Pacers Empire back up, but I will upload every once and then on this channel. I mean, Rockets have been dead until recently by a guy named John Wall, who basically just exposed the Houston Rockets. So we'll get into some problems here with the Houston Rockets that John Wall talked about yesterday and why they're definitely true. I mean, looking at John Wall and what he said, Rockets Twitter and basically just the Rockets community has been talking about this for a while. And for John Wall, I would say, pretty out there name to talk about it on a podcast. I mean, it has to be eye opening for the front office, for Rafael Stone, for Steven Silas. So, yeah, let's get into it right now. So, yeah, the first problem I got here, the KPJ and Jalen Green playstyle is clearly not working. So, looking at the Houston Rockets record right now, they are 10-34. So, yeah, we all know what KPJ and Jalen Green are capable of. Both are very ISO heavy guys, guys that are going to be chucking up shots. And on a rebuilding team, the worst team in the NBA, they are going to be getting away with that. And due to that is because they don't really need to worry about winning. And the coach, I mean, Steven Silas, they don't really. The offense is really just a freelance offense. I mean, a lot of it is just screen pick and rolls with Şengün and Jabari Smith. I mean, we see it in the offense all the time with KPJ just running the pick and roll, Jalen Green running the pick and roll with Şengün. But the offense, there's just, I don't know, something about it with KPJ and Jalen Green just chalking up shots. It's just not going to work. I mean, especially with no veteran point guard on the team to mentor KPJ in terms of playmaking and getting to the spots where he needs to be. It's a lot harder for the offense to just flow. And I don't know. The offense has been looking a little bit better with Şengün being the hub of the offense, but even then with KPJ back into the lineup, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So, yeah, I mean, the ISO ball has to stop. Really, it has to stop. I mean, we're forcing a lot of shots, and I've just noticed that recently where, we're a young team and we're trying to get shots up, which is great, get the development there quickly, but we're just forcing a lot of shots, and it just doesn't make any sense because I've watched some games recently. There was this one play where Jabari Smith had Dennis Schroeder on him. It was the Lakers game, and he was settling for a mid-range when he could have gone to a better position for an easy hook shot or just an easy lay-in. But yeah, that's just one example. I mean, there's a lot of times where KPJ will just go into the cup where there's a lot of traffic and just completely turn over the ball. Jalen Green, he's just gonna keep chucking up threes and gonna keep missing. I mean, he's not even shooting the three ball that well this season anymore at around 33%. So yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of things that the Rockets need to fix, and you can even throw in shot chucking in there too. So yeah, the second thing I want to talk about, there's just no identity on the team, no offensive identity, no defensive identity. Really, the only time I saw an identity in terms of potential for an identity was back in December when the Houston Rockets played the Milwaukee Bucks, and that was the time when I thought the Houston Rockets had figured it out on defense. I mean, they had Jabari Smith playing out of his mind on defense. I mean, we were playing some great zone defense. We were double teaming where it needed to be, and we were just playing some great overall defense. I mean, that's really the one thing I wanted to see for this team is play defense. I mean, offense can come later, but really the problem with this team was the defense. And for that period of time, I think it was like a week or 2 weeks, I really thought that the defensive plan was going to work. But I think also that at that time, Steven Silas was out due to his dad dying. I mean, rest in peace to him. But yeah, I mean, with John Lucas there, I will talk about the head coach and the front office later. But yeah, with John Lucas, he did a pretty good job of coaching the Houston Rockets on defense. And that's what I want to see. I mean, just the defensive effort in some games is just not there. I mean, we do have guys capable of playing great defense. I mean, Jabari Smith, we have Kenny Martin Jr., pretty great perimeter defender and interior defender. Even guys like KPJ and Jalen Green, I mean, they both are below average, but they've definitely made strides this season to become better defenders. And I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, Jayshawn Tate, Tari Eason too, both great defenders. Even Usman Garuba made a huge leap today or even this season to become a better defender. The problem is that we just don't keep onto that. We don't hold on to that defensive identity anymore. I don't know what's going on. Steven Silas, he likes to change things a lot in the offense and the defense. It just doesn't make any sense to me why you need to fix something that's not broken. I mean, we're playing some great defense. I mean, Jabari Smith should be out there guarding the best defender. We should be playing some zone defenses. We should be switching it up. We should be playing some man defense. We should be at least having a defensive presence because we do have some great defenders on the team. It just doesn't make any sense of why Steven Silas wants to stray away from that. It really doesn't make any sense to me why Steven Silas just wants to change everything. It's just the head coaching situation is just really, really tough on this team. And even with Raphael Stone, I mean, he's done a lot of good for this team, but there's also some negatives he's done too. So yeah, we'll talk about some of the things here. I've already talked about some of this on the main channel if you want to check that out. But this is going to be a more in-depth video. I mean, yeah, there's just a lot of things here. I mean, the front office and the head coach, we'll talk about that. So Raphael Stone, right? He came in, what was it, 2020, 2021, around there. And although he did a pretty good job of getting guys to where they wanted to. I mean, James Harden went to Brooklyn. Victor Oladipo went to Miami. I mean, PJ Tucker went to Milwaukee. All those guys, they got to where they wanted to. I mean, they guaranteed DeMarcus Cousins' contract before they waived him. They did a lot of great. I mean, they really did. But, man, I mean, he's fumbled a lot of things. First of all, the Victor Oladipo trade, I mean, we could have gone a lot better than Kelly Olynyk and Avery Bradley. Man, I mean, he also got KPJ, which is like probably the best thing he's gone. And even in his tenure with the Rockets, he's drafted Jalen Green, who, I mean, as of right now, I wouldn't say he's the best prospect of his draft, but definitely one of the best. Drafted Jabari Smith, not looking like a mistake right there. I mean, defensive guy, defensive beast. But, man, I mean, we haven't gotten any veteran point guards. We haven't gotten anyone to mentor KPJ. We haven't gotten any bench depth, no vets, no nothing. And it's just making me wonder, when are we going to start investing in some veteran guys? I mean, KPJ, he's just really struggling with playmaking right now and keeping the turnovers to a minimum. So having that point guard, having that veteran point guard on the team, it's just really important for KPJ's development. And if it doesn't work out and we get a guy like a Scoot Henderson, then maybe it just wasn't meant to be. And you probably move him back to the 3 or the 2. So yeah, I mean, we just need some veterans on this team. Is Raphael Stone, I mean, I remember that one season in 2021, he tried to sign Daniel Tice. That obviously didn't work out. I mean, we still had David Nwaba on the team. That didn't work out either. We had a lot of vets that just basically weren't playing. I mean, even the Daniel Tice signing, or what is the sign? I think it was a signing or a trade. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, the Daniel Tice signing was just really weird at the time. But it wasn't really great either because, he didn't play too well for us. But yeah, I mean, the front office, it can be great sometimes, it can be bad, but I think as of right now, I mean, it's looking a lot worse with what John Wall said. So, and finally, we'll get into it with the head coach situation. So, yes, Rockets community, I know you guys hate Steven Silas. It's been basically a topic for months to come. I mean, even before, like last season, it's been really bad. But as of right now, it's looking a lot worse. I mean, we haven't won a game in how many games? Maybe like 10 games. We're on like a 10-game losing streak, 11-game losing streak. So it's one of the worst losing streaks we've had in a while. I mean, not as worse as a 20-game losing streak, again, with Steven Silas. But yeah, I mean, we need to dig ourselves out of this hole. I mean, Steven Silas, we have to ask ourselves, is he the head coach of the Houston Rockets for the future? The answer to that, no. I mean, really, he isn't. As of right now, he isn't. He's not doing a great job. If he was a head coach for maybe a contending team or at least a capable team of contending, I think he would be a lot better off. But yeah, his play style, his coaching style, his game plan just doesn't really fit in with the Houston Rockets. I mean, he's playing Eric Gordon like 30 minutes per night and he's playing Şengün like 25, 28 minutes. It just doesn't make any sense to me why Şengün can't get 30 minutes, but Gordon can. Same thing with Jayshawn Tate, same thing with Tari Eason, same thing with Usman Garuba, Ty Washington. All these guys aren't getting the minutes that they need for their development, and a 33-year-old Eric Gordon is. So it doesn't make any sense to me. Hopefully Steven Silas wakes up soon. Hopefully we can have at least some guy on the roster or some guy in the head coach position that can at least help the development of the Houston Rockets a lot better. John Lucas, I know John Lucas has been a name. Quinn Snyder, Terry Stotts. I mean, those guys have been potential targets in the Rockets community. And I definitely would be all for that as long as it's not Steven Silas. So, yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about the video. I mean, the John Wall thing yesterday was really interesting to see. And the thing that he says on the podcast is definitely something that everyone should check out. I mean, he basically just exposed the Houston Rockets. So, And also one thing to note, the Justin Patton situation, that was also really funny. I just wanted to point that out because honestly, he just threw Justin Patton under the bus. And for what it's worth, I mean, Patton was pretty okay, but nothing too great. So yeah, that's the end. My name is Rockets Empire, and all peace.